Hello, hello, hello. Kubayendo, welcome Bonnie, Ellie, Reed, welcome. Hi Luna Moon. How are you? T Services, what's up? Hello Brittany, how are you feeling? Kuaira, titue, stai, gratuhi. How's everybody feeling today? I like this song. I like dancing. Hey Justin, how you feeling? Good to see you. How's everybody feeling? I'm dancing. What are you doing, T. Christie? What are you doing? What are you up to? What are you doing? I'm playing my energy field like a musical instrument. I'm surfing the sine waves, allowing the energies to move me. But we're gonna do some one-on-one activations, healings, whatever comes through for the highest good, for personalized individuals. That's Zugusiara. Checking me out. Let's see. Turunduro hasa tarshti tarsh ta 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 tikra pistulum barashta hiratufe. Yeah, so Kupandirato Satish ta huarta. I'm sorry to hear that, chick, Janine. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing. I mean, I would stick around regardless if you're interested in a personalized transmission or not. Because there's always energetic spillovers, and it's like singing a song. It's like singing a serenade, writing and performing a serenade for an individual that's in the room with all of us, right? So I'm offering to write that specific song, and that's a healing song, and an activation song, and an upgrade song. But that doesn't mean that everybody that's in the room can't hear that music, right? And they can choose to feel that music. Just to use this as an analogy, they can choose to dance to that music. They can use that music however they want to elicit an emotional response. Use this as a metaphor, right? So these are codes. What I'm transmitting when I do this work is light, and light is information. So that light, that information that's available for anybody that's in this public space, their higher selves can use that for them. Oh, I got you. Improvised magic. I got you. Hi Stacy, yeah, so what I'm doing today is offering personalized healings and activations. For a minimum donation of 33. So whatever you feel is right, it's the energy is going to be whatever is appropriate for you. So we go through and do there's always healing, and then there's likely going to be activations and upgrades for each person, but there's always healing. And again, this is designed through your higher self. So I am just a channel for my higher selves. My higher selves work directly with your higher selves for this work. So I don't go through and make decisions. I follow the energies. So there's a bit, I flow with the energies, allow them to guide me. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go in a list. So whoever, you know, donates first is going to go first, and then it's going to go through. So just keep that in mind if you do decide to donate, because you might be a few people out, and it can take like 10-15 minutes per person. It really depends. So Brittany, I got you. One sec. I'm sure she can't see this or hear me yet, but I got you, Brittany C. So, oh, you're working with Tina today. Oh, awesome. Beautiful. That'll be great. Yeah, so it'll be, first will be Amy, and then it's Brittany. I got you, Brittany. I'm not sure if you're back yet. Brittany C, I got you. I just want to snag your username to make sure. And since it's going to come in a list, right, so we're going to go in order. If you're, you know, number 4 or 5 or whatever, I got you, Brittany. Thank you. So you're second, Brittany. Just keep that in mind that, you know, we go through that list in that order, but I will always make sure that you get your transmission. So if you like get disconnected or your phone dies or whatever, we're on our phones, right? So I know that shit comes up and just know that I will do my best to follow up via the way that you submitted. That's why I like to use Venmo and Cash App, because we can connect that way. But if not, follow up with me. I will make sure that you get your transmission, okay? Tikarto mafata yasi tarashando kushwat wasi tarodumban chatakut parahi tatatu suhehata piratu tingarato suchara. Kartundra shatika. So Lena Bean, yeah, if you wanted to donate, you can use, if you have Venmo, you can use my username Tyel Heals, the @ Tyel Heals, or if you got Cash App, it's the same thing, but it's a money sign, Tyel Heals. And then I also have PayPal too, so you can go to the link in my bio and you can send it that way, whatever feels right. And then it just goes, we go through whatever your highest good is. Everybody's going to receive certain protocol of healing that I've set up that does some really powerful things, and then we code directly for you, whatever we channel directly for you. So everybody's going to receive certain healing codes specifically that are automated, so they run and we'll be clearing and healing over the next couple days. So. Yeah, Allison, all in divine timing, you know. Hi, love infinitum. I like that. Hi, Steffers. Shy girl. Hey, Benna, how are you? Good to see you. I do. We just jumped on, so I do have spots, Benna. Hey Mal, how are you? Sit with sunshine. Greetings. Will, what's up, dude? Yeah, so we do have slots open. Hi Shannon, I'm sending you so much love. Up and down. How am I? I'm good. Yeah, I've been surprised. The energies have been really intense, but I've been able to shift a lot. So I'm not getting my butt kicked so bad. Deadly Nightshade, you're a lurker. Well, I'm glad you're commenting. It's beautiful. Helen in Scotland, hello. Yeah, Bennett. So yeah, whatever way it works for you, and I'll put you on the list. Hi, Day Day, Yoshi World. Yoshi's World. I love it, Yoshi's World. I remember that game. Or I don't know if that's the game that you're referring to. I think there was a game called Yoshi's World. You need lunch? Oh, I forget to eat big time. Good. Oh, I missed you too. Hey, I gotta turn on some, like, my air conditioner. It's too hot. I'm sorry. So I do apologize if there's a little bit of a humming in the background, but otherwise I'm going to be a shiny, sweaty mess, and that's not good for anybody. Yeah, we'll get one more, and then we'll just get started. Oh, we got Lena, okay. And then whatever comes in after that. Lena, I got you. And then Shannon, okay. Lena. Shannon is 4th. And Robin, got you, Robin. I'm just gonna want to snag everybody's usernames as well. Inda kota ishta tata yotumam. Deepere besuha chadushta ratu randere shaka. Okay, I got Robin is Lego M. Okay, I got you. So, who is Lena? I did get you, Shannon. I got you. You are fourth, Shannon. The list is not closed, but I just took it off just in case, because sometimes we'll get like 3 or 4 all at once, and then it's like, oh, whoops, okay. So maybe, if anybody else still wants to, they can just go to the link in my bio. Okay, Lena Bean. And then Brittany C. Which one is Brittany C? Just need Brittany C, and then we can get started. Yeah, thank you, Stacy. Oh, thank you. Paparazzi life. Are you a real paparazzi? I work with what could be perceived as Michael. Yeah, not the Michael that a lot of people are aware of, but yeah, I do. Okay, Brittany Lynn, gotcha, Brittany Lynn. The one from outside of this universal structure. I do have an aspect, like a version of me, an angelic version. They could be from Sirius. That's named Michael. What is light activation? So an activation. So light is information. Light is data. So that is just that, right? So when we're talking about the idea of an activation, though, we're talking about essentially a triggering of a remembrance. It's something that happens within you that is just automatic after that. So we activate quite a bit using what we call light linguistics, light languages, which is just a universal expression of energy and vibration that's expressed in different ways. So I can use my energy field, making subtle adjustments to my energy field, subtle frequency changes to shift things, right? And that is an activated understanding. This is something that gets activated within me. It takes no thought. It's automatic. And the same with the sounds. It sounds like, you may have heard of the idea of tongues. Tongues would be a flavor of light language, right? That's a pun. But so essentially, we whatever comes through for people. So usually that can be an activation of an understanding. It could be an activation of a gift. It could be activation, like a remembrance of past lives or other realities. It could be all sorts of stuff. It could be gifts. All sorts of stuff, like your third eye. And then the idea of upgrades is whatever you got going on. So if you already got your third eye on, you're already clairvoyant, it could get upgraded, right? It can get stronger and you can see more. So that's the idea of upgrades. So what we're doing today is focused on individuals, specific transmissions for individuals that's designed for them, whatever comes through for them. But there's going to be healing for sure for everybody, and then whatever activations, deeper healings or upgrades, whatever needs to come through, if that makes sense. Stacy, you silly girl. Yeah. Well, if you want to rock and roll, Stacy, I'm always happy to help. And I got you, Benna. Yeah, okay, so see there, I do it like automatically. I'm not even like thinking. Sorry, I was reading, and then, so I wasn't even thinking, and that just comes through. That's an example of light linguistics, light languages. It's essentially shifting the energies. So I use it just in between saying things to help move energies around. Some people can feel it, some people don't, which is totally cool. Shelly, I will take one more, but to get on the list, you would donate to one of the like my Venmo, my PayPal, or my Cash App. And those are the link in my bio. Just a minimum donation of 33 to whatever way. And I'll just take one more, and that's pretty much it. Just because it takes some time. Okay, I got you, Nicole. So I think we'll be done after Nicole. We'll just be done. And if I have enough energy after Nicole, who's last on the list, then I may open it up some more. Is this a grift? I feel like I recognize you, bro. Did you already been in here? I feel like that we've already done this, and that's a matter of opinion, right? What I do is not to try to convince anybody. That's not my game. I'm talking to people who already work in energy, people that are already, they already know who they are. They know that they're something outside of the physical experience. We're looking outside of Newtonian physics. We're looking outside of matter, and we're working in the energetics. So if that's something that you know that doesn't float your boat, I would recommend to just move on, or if it interests you, to do some research and look from your own perspective to bridge that gap in information and understanding, so that you have the data that you need in order to either think that, okay, this is not for me, or this is for me, right? It's up to you. But we're not trying to encourage anybody to do one way or another. So we're talking about the previously indoctrinated. I think in some way we're all indoctrinated. We're essentially, the idea of an ego structure is a combination of programs that we've adopted or developed through experiences, genetics, whatever. And those programs are often something that gets put into our experience that then we adopt. So we're indoctrinated. Even the idea of a doctor is literally indoctrinated. They're programmed. So, okay, so I got you, Nicole. I just need your username, Nicole, and then we'll get started. So can we benefit if you're activating someone else? Absolutely. That's the reason I do this, is because it's like singing a serenade to an individual. It's like writing a song. It's like writing a healing song and performing it to somebody that's in the room, right? But everybody that's in the room can take advantage of that music. They can choose to dance. They can feel the emotions. But the lyrics, the instruments, the song is for them, right? Yeah, just be respectful. I don't care, man. You're welcome to hang out. Just be respectful. That's all. Just be, respect other people's perspectives, their belief systems, whatever it is. I respect yours, but I don't push my understandings and my reality onto you. So you're welcome to hang out with us, but know that you can slide right by if you don't like it, right? Don't just be surly or a cynic, right? Those are energies that we just don't really need in our group frequency. But I love you, and I'm happy that you're gonna stick around. Yeah, bro, this is like deep in the woo, man. This is like, you went in the deep end on the woo with this stuff, so it might be too much for you. Just being honest, it was too much for me when I got activated. So it all came bursting out of me, and I'm such a left-brained individual. I was so stuck in that left hemisphere. This stuff all goes in the right hemisphere, right? This is the logical side. Needs to understand, it needs to put things in boxes, it needs to break things down and make sense of it. The right side is the feminine side, it's the intuitive side. It allows for more data to be processed exponentially faster and exponentially more. This is just science, right? The key though is to balance it, right? To go through that, to really work with your corpus callosum and make those hemispheres of the brain work together. But yeah, this goes right into the right hemisphere, and that's not always comfortable, especially for the ego structure, because it doesn't understand, and it needs to understand. So if you're stuck in that side of the brain, it's going to be really painful. But allow yourself to be open-minded and move between the hemispheres, and it should be okay. You do not need to get rid of yourself. You do not need to rid yourself of critical thinking. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. You need to actually have experiences. That's the idea. When you start to have experiences and you start to use things practically instead of being stuck in this structure where you think that you know, but you actually don't know. I would say stuck for most people. I think most people don't actually use the right hemisphere. Society's not quite designed to do that. But I'm going to get started. So the list that I got today is, first it's going to be Amy, then it's going to be Brittany C, then Lena, then Shannon, then Robin, then Stacy, Benna, and then Nicole. So those that are later on, if for whatever reason you get disconnected, because we will go in order, follow up with me. I will do my best to follow up with you via the way that you submitted the donation, and your username. But follow up with me. Send me a message, leave a comment, something like that. We'll make sure you get your transmission. I did, Stacy. So it's up to you, but I would love to work with you. So I like to work on you. So what I'm going to do first, just for everybody that's here, I'm going to do a how do I describe it? It's essentially like a whole. It's an automated healing, essentially. So it does a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to cleanse your meridians. It's going to go through vortex stuff out that you don't need, bring stuff in that you do. And it's all designed through your higher self. So it's not something that, it's going to be a unique experience for each person, but it's going to be releasing, clearing over the next 72 hours. Most of it will be done in the first 24 hours. So just keep that in mind. If you'll be continuing to shift, continuing to move, feel lighter and lighter over the next 72 hours. But that's something I want to give to everyone. So what I would recommend is just to feel your body. I did post this to the Discord. Oh, the replay? I will. I'll do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a group hologram, a group proxy. I'm placing my left hand on the back of the head of that, and then my index finger and middle finger on the forehead. And I'm just going to trigger it. So just feel your body. Consciously feel your body. And if you're curious why my eyes flash, this is what happens when there's certain energies that are running through, you want to call it my biocomputer. So my pineal gland, my pituitary gland, and my hypothalamus are vibrating at the same time because there's energy that's moving through, down and out, through my master cell, which is in the pineal gland, and it's essentially creating that effect because it's stimulating my occipital nerves. And makes my eyes pulse and roll up to look at my third eye. I actually didn't even know that I was doing it for the longest time until I actually saw a video. Yeah, so that should assist out throughout the rest of the sessions as well. All right, so first is going to be Amy. Hi, girl named Country. We are doing light language healings, activations, upgrades, light linguistics. Stick around, just feel your body, observe what happens. Is it usual to be able to travel to Jupiter and back? Through the astral, sure, absolutely. And there's certain devices that can do that, just not that we peasants have access to. So the government's gonna release that they've already been making ships for a long, long time. That's why they're doing all this, like these UFO things that they're coming out with, like publicly. It's just so they can be allowed to have the devices that they've already been using for a long time. Make a story up. All right, Amy, you're first. So just feel your body, right? So I'm going to connect to my pillar of light. I'm going to open up a portal, the Grand Central Sun, pull through just pure source consciousness down through our sun portal, down to my crown, through all my different chakras, my energy centers, out to my root, down and out into the center of the earth, into the crystal core of Mother Earth, into what I refer to as 7D Gaia. It's a different dimensional version of Earth, more at the template level. Then we're going to bring up this now grounding frequency. It's still connected to Mother Earth's heart, up through the rocks and minerals, up to my root, up through all my chakras, back up to source, and asking this to flow for the remainder of the transmissions. Opening my heart, asking my highest self to step in, and any aspects that are relevant for any transmissions today to step up. And throughout these transmissions today, no harm will be done. No energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, and will be in alignment for the highest good of all. Only. We're only working with the organic aspects of consciousness at this time. any non-organic aspects of consciousness may step back. We're only working with 12. We're working with a base 12 system, only base 12 geometrics. All right, Amy, I'm going to connect to Mother Earth, connect to a platinum frequency in her heart. She's got a Merkaba structure, 2 tetrahedrons that are superimposed over each other. They spin in opposite directions. The bottom spins twice as fast. We're connecting to that bottom, and we're going to pull up this magnetic frequency up through the rocks in the middle, up through my root, through all my chakras, into my heart space. And then I'm going to connect to Sirius and pull down a hot pink frequency, which is an electric frequency from the stars. We get information from the stars, power from the planets, down to my crown and into my heart. So I've got like a positive and a negative, like if I'm a battery, right? I've got my grounds, I've got my electrics. And then I'm going to place a code in the back of Amy's heart. I'm going to eject a magenta frequency into this code. This brings in some starlight from different stars. So it brings it from Alpha Centauri, from Vega, and from Electra, which is in the Pleiades. These bring in certain codes and frequencies that are assisting with manifestation, with confidence, and of course with healing. I'm going to create a double of myself. He's going to place his hands on the front of the knees, release clearing pyramids. They come out from the heart and set to 2 down and out the arms, and they spin around and help transmute energy, up to 8 of those. So they're going to leave their hands on there for the next 10 minutes and then remove it when we're done. And dissolve. Take out a energetic thumb drive. I place a code on it that entangles it, quantum entangles it with a whole bunch of different healing frequencies that are awesome. So I'm just going to plug that in. Those will go where they need to. We're going to put a timer on that for an hour. Then we are going to take out an electric blue cylinder, place a code on it, place that between the root and the sacral. That's going to run through an automated process of cleansing the whole pellet, the whole column, all the way up through the upper chakras, outside the body, up into the alpha, the transmission center, down all the way through the lower chakras and into the omega transmission center and back up. So those are going to run automatically. All that stuff's just going to go. And then I'm going to begin to channel. So these are things that I'll be doing for each person. So I'll walk through it faster for each next person. Sutuasha yasana. Hitanamela sukuta satata kitana sira satata suti mazata yarakata naseta sua herai. Yarananda to herata sitara morpeta usepetana that morpeta parasheta usu genera kasutera katara shetara nomata kuduatua. Mina natuaria sahatri pesitara kamarato tatiti saturshai immediately started heating up. Purna wasarnia tata yarati de basitara masutara kotu hashi arani that is yarani. Irato tierra tata me peto kuswa. Parhemdur de autur manara kultur sha yarike ne disira sepera fabno che prosto tierra. Diro toto tanda tira satur sierra perato mercato sierra. Hikue mahata tata par shurn da yarto yara pepekana yarto sierra che sa stata hita che masutiera su la randar sierra che katar sierra mente fatuira papa kia. Inera toto hashiyar ya sakarita manku era pofeda patira mi gira sotto per comandare a hira che versate dici tut orma fa hira che tapista una portasia riazza ninde de seteria surna pare da curme ba heta ka yawasi che rondor shatatia te shon ba hakir to fa randi ira tata hira come rashiar ya sa tata ira urtu kokala su farana hira hekue chegar tatasi tatisa ko ya hata de bere you la malaka raya la wahara lele la matwela la wasala la wahala lele la wade wala wale wala la hira lele lo man ya lele wasiya la sura la man ya wutwa yala yulu man nanana wala waswa sila wahasala yakta sila isala wisya sila la mandure sala wi isala tueta mafak ita sandara shatai urnandar shatakutta bandaki eratai prasta yatakirandare irta totasindar shatari yasa para tuira ma baba kuduria basiti ciata tata yarhat harni fe kahya kibra para shah yakoti yitambas bak ishta totori shatan baendandarasu shiti sta sire pe shayara hirta hati ki ranai Ira danda surnanda da totu harshiara. Hikurunanda da tu harshiara yena katar seta da wisiatu fe. Biten in the seti shiatis. Urdu fashata sarabekan. Bah larchandara sitar ke tarshamera hatara pura suya yena da tur tataya. Baronomaratati sia shayara torushnia tituria titi. Jun morso tashtara. Indurno shatastar talmaria roba. Bak. Yak. Mafe katashir kanta sito shtata tufe bikraya sota tata tufe shata jutu tanmari shata kitu ashe suran shata horke kaya tara sata jitu to sta she mahichi dus. Okay, so I'm going to take out a golden sphere. I'm going to place a code in it. I'm going to place this in your heart space. That's an automated Lemurian healing frequency, so you're welcome to guide that to a certain area of healing if you'd like. Otherwise, it's going to go where it's needed most based on your highest good and the intentions that we've had set. I'm going to put you in a grid so you can continue to clear, continue to heal, and to integrate the codes. So I'm going to put you, I'm going to fire up a platinum Merkaba structure in your third eye, in your pineal gland. I'm going to move this down through your central column, all the way down through your chakras, down and out through your root, out into the center of the earth, down into the earth star chakra. And then it's going to spin faster and faster, and it's going to create this little platform of diamond light that's going to then begin to grow upwards in a cylinder format, all the way past, further than you can lift your arms up and touch. And it's going to go above that, and then we're going to put we're going to move that Merkaba up to the top. It's going to spin again, and it's going to create another platform, creating a vacuum seal. And then we're going to put a diamond octahedron around that, rotate it gently clockwise, ask for whatever frequencies, whatever light codes are best for you, to hold space for you, to fill in that space. Then we're going to open up your heart, the love frequency, your own love frequency. We're going to put a truncated icosahedron, so like a soccer ball shape, with chromium mirrors on the outside of the faces and silver mirrors on the inside. Then we're going to expand your own love frequency in your heart to make like an electromagnetic webbing between these geometries. In 3, 2, 1, lock it in, and we paint the seams with light language and light codes. So this would be an example of a way to grid. So different layers of containers that help hold space for you. You good? Confirm. We're done. Okay, and then I'm just going to scrub out your dude, your devil, whatever. Not your dude, your devil dude. And you're good to go. Let me know how you're feeling, Amy. My fantasy of alien men and cute human bodies. Maybe. I want to make sure I get through everybody first, Ginger. That way, people, I don't know. I want to make sure that I have enough juice for everybody. So I may, but I may not. All right. Hi, Gypsy Soul Sister. Good to see you. So good. Good. I'm glad you're feeling good. Beautiful. Drink lots of water. So everybody that receives and everybody that's just hanging out, drink lots of water over the next few days, especially since you're going to be shifting and releasing a lot from just the clearing that we started in the beginning. Hi, Millie. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome home. Just gonna make sure I clear my field and ground a little bit. And then up next is Brittany. Brittany Lynn. Are you here, Brittany Lynn? You're going through a divorce and heartbreak. I'm sorry, that's tough. You know, like there's so many ways to heal. Having the intention and then searching for healing is the great way to start, and you're already doing that. I would stick around, hold that awareness in your intention while we do this stuff. See, intend that you want to use these energies to help heal that for you, help release the deep wounds for that. Thank you, Shannon. And that may assist you. And there's plenty of ways. I would look up on TikTok even, like how to heal heartbreak or something. You'll find lots of videos. Like let your guidance guide you, right? Don't just listen to what I would recommend or what I would say. I do have some tips on my TikTok too. There's a playlist and you can go through those tips, those practical tips on different ways to heal yourself as well, or have other people assist you in healing. Angel Wendy Mama, I'm going to create a new shielding tech. I'm going to be creating a new one here soon, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would with that video, I would just play it through, honestly. When you want it to work, I would just play it through, and probably like 3 times. That's why I want to upgrade it, just because I really want it to be strong, and I want to make sure that people are using it in the right way, just so people don't have a false sense of security. So it's kind of a bit of an experiment. Some people's architecture can create these structures really easily. Other people don't quite have they haven't worked on their energetic bodies enough for it to like lock in the same. So it can be like not as strong for certain people, and I want to make sure that it's strong for everybody. So I would just play it through all the way, like at least 3 times. I play it through myself 4 times, but then that's only like 12 minutes when it comes down to it, right? But that will help a lot. All right, did we get Brittany in here? Did I miss it? Brittany, I'm blabbing away. Brittany. Okay, there you are. Perfect. Okay, we'll get to you now. Oh, thank you for Fresh Living Spaces. I appreciate that. Laura and Hihi. I love you. Yeah, if anything, you can just intend to use a platinum sphere. Bring up a platinum sphere. See the code, just the numbers and letters 12D, 18D in it, and then use your intention to move that into your heart, and that'll manifest it as well. So don't worry about the saying. But the saying can be kind of, it's really meant to be in the name of God as the living eternal Christ that I am. I now activate my 12D diamond pillar omnidimensional shield and God armor to be fully surrounded and synthesized as one with all my shields, bodies, and vehicles now. And so it is. Anchor, lock, and seal. But that's a mouthful, right? All right, here we go, Brittany. Feeling good? Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're just going to reaffirm no harm will be done, no energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, and will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. We're doing healings, activations, upgrades, any combination, or a combination of all those. Whatever comes through for the highest good of Brittany, as facilitated by her highest self. I'm going to connect to Mother Earth's heart. I'm going to connect to that platinum frequency, bring it back up, and affirm that connection into my heart. I'm going to connect to Sirius, bring down that hot pink frequency into my heart, place a code in your heart, inject the magenta frequency into that thumb drive. Plugging that in with all the healing frequency. That's going to run for an hour. Creating a double. He's going to put his hands on and pull those back before the end of or release clearing pyramids and pull those back before the end of the transmission. We're going to take out an electric blue cylinder. Place that between the root and the sacral. That's going to cleanse the central column automatically. And then we'll just get started. Just feel your body. You don't have to watch. You can just relax. I always recommend to relax your eyes. I'll post this video on YouTube afterwards, so if you want to go back and watch it, you're welcome to. Shutishna da sitara shata da yende herekire so isu Murnon fara kiti hesi chasi rati saturna. So immediately working with your grounding chords to shtar shuanaya soto with your root, it seems like the ungura tari shikiri hesash and makote peferati as ash ikisitarash tira horana rakurche presica de tasata namato anina toto hartia karmasaki pokumar pakita sundra shatar opatari ire na horra kasuri pashaya hatar nasakita kopiati ito mamborto faya shatana nakusue Itish tasara tisharan datu freka grapia la raira to harshira karaguse effect da bakuto per pakene kotalsi wotu ma fare dera to ha però tur sharira kira tishi to yashana la kusu warshi per irna da sitarini mi mortu facciata ra che se perché per nata sheke da passa hier che si nantua ninjo shota da kusha yara yasata to kushi yara tata chuchurna sata to kuyara ma che pakarakia we're working with the lower chakras for sure. The lower center is the base. So the sacral and below, down to about the knees or so. Yakadakisa. Lokonomato patata yatatis. Shutsa sasata resita. Ito to posha yara nasata to irata ta buti merasi ke to shatta po fashta ta glishna maroto hiraki dai fashato kur rashitira safata pekira yaranda ta shita ko hashia yasata ta irme ta farashki prakma ko dara pakta saki kre se shatasa la manwe kai la lo hase pedai ma hue kana yikosa Iran is to Sakasha, Tese, ma, she will ala Kiri, hallelujah, ma, Balaluha, yes, I will, Roha, Sira, Rara, or Rondo, Shada, Ire, Bartu, Mamma, Takadasia, Pera, Geta, Su, Maniman, Korakai, Ira, Sura, the Manata, Kaya, Futu Fasha, Tasish, Tatasama, Koera. Nitu I ratata che me akaya tursha beretisi na koera kana kusura to jasi sha sha na suto sha yasuki shita she ninkno matu fe ta wakurata ki ga ishitema ta is minun borda to hasha ya kurina Manore, Shiro, Kurchatura, le caranno corate si sta su in doraie su frasi makara kuraya kurhanda shefo kai kuro per kada ki makaraya sakari sati che se tra mossa we I tu fa fara ta fira beta yeta ne sia pura la remana na turbe claro kursto ta sera de sine kitre Piccolo Dio uso di pasne quota yeshidi tu no matura sa iko stai ku papa tornando sai taufik Confirm. Okay, so I'm going to take out a golden sphere. I'm going to place a code in it. I'm going to place that in your heart space. So that's that automated healing. You're welcome to guide it to a certain area of healing if you'd like. Otherwise, it's going to go where it's needed most. We're going to manifest a grid around you. Same idea as we just did before. Open up your heart, soccer ball shape. Expand it all the way around. Lock it in. Paint the seams. Confirm. We're done? Okay. All right, and you're all set, Brittany. Let me know how you're feeling. We definitely did a lot of work. We pretty much focused. We did most of the work from the belly button down. So the sacral root, the hips, the reproductive organs, perhaps, the thighs, around the knees, around the shins and calves. Pretty much down. And we didn't quite get to the feet, but that whole area down there. And I'm not sure if that makes sense to you or not. But that's what we were working on. And I got like goosebumps, I got chills all down my legs now because I could feel the release. So it's beautiful. Courtney, I'm speaking light linguistics. So the language that I'm speaking is my soul language. Generally, it's a combination of different dialects of combinations of different experiences that I've experienced over different lifetimes, whether or not you believe in reincarnation or not, or incarnations, because it's all happening at once. So we have these quantum experiences that we're having all over the place. Some people call them past lives, but the future lives are just as valid. When you start to do healing work, deep healing work, you're going to heal things from this life, like as your childhood, right? Because that's going to, what happens in our childhood really helps design who we are as adults. So we heal things from our childhood, we heal things as adults, and then we start to heal these other quantum realities, quantum spaces. And once we do that, those different aspects of ourselves begin to integrate with us. So a lot of those understandings that they may have had can sometimes be activated, remembered within. And so these things like these movements, these autonomous movements, it takes no thought for me. It's all just very automatic, and it was remembered instantly. Things like that can come through. But that's how it works. Which, if this stuff is new to you, I'm sure that's just like, what? Which I'm totally fine with, but I totally get. But I'm always happy to answer questions as well. That's what we're here to do. I've had to go through a lot myself to have it all make sense. Does this take energy away from me while I'm doing it? No, but my physical body can get tired. I'm moving frequency through my body, so it can the high frequency can burn my cells out too. It can feel like sitting in the sun for a really long time. Like when you feel like you spend a whole day in the hot sun and you just feel kind of like cooked afterwards. That's how I can feel. And then when I'm integrating codes and stuff, I get really exhausted. But that's not, when I'm doing this work, it's actually really energizing. I receive healing as well. So I'm just going to cleanse my aura here real quick. And just make sure I'm grounding. And cleanse between people, and then we will have Lena will be next, Lena Bean, and then it's going to be Shannon, and then it'll be Robin, then it'll be Stacy, or whenever that works out, Stacy, however that works out. If not, it'll be Benna, and then Nicole. So again, just as a reminder, for whatever reason you get disconnected, it takes too long or whatever, I will follow up. I'll do my best to follow up, but try to follow up with me as well, and we'll make sure you get your transmission. Yeah, Brittany Lynn, yes, shoot me a message. You can go to the link in my bio. You can shoot me a message through that. I would love to hear feedback over time, or just hear feedback, right? I love to hear, any data is helpful data for me. Shoot me a message. And I do one-on-ones too for people that are interested. I offer one-on-ones. Essentially, I specialize in helping people activate who they truly are and remember that. And that looks like a lot of healing. It looks like a lot of clearing, aligning energetic systems, upgrades, activations, of course, all combinations of those. Oh, thank you, Brittany. Thanks for hanging out, Ellie. And thanks for subscribing to Basia Tata. Awesome. Receiving mode, beautiful, cool. Yeah, we'll get started in just a minute here. I'm gonna put maybe a little bit of healing music on in the background. Pekai na tunde tutu pekai Shuku pepai na tuti pai nai Chiki poi nanai Chiki poi panai Chiki poi panai Poi koi tui Paka no mopo yara tuya Chi tu pishtara tasutia shtara tu kartia tatatata. I'm gonna take some. Oh, this is great for the nervous system. Just so you guys are aware, if you've ever tried it, it's actually milky oats, so it's extracted from the oats, but it's really good for helping the nervous system, calm the nervous system. It tastes really gross. It tastes like straight like homemade liquor or something. It's like gross. Burns. It's like whiskey, like not good whiskey. It helps with the nervous system. Helps calm the nervous system. My nervous system can get like pretty cooked, believe it or not. Oatmeal in the sink for 6 months. I got. All right, Ellie, I think, or excuse me, Lena, I think we're good to go. Yeah, it's milky oats. It's alcohol based. Yeah, it is. It's just for some reason. I mean, I've had extracted with grain alcohol before, but like for some reason it's just a combination. Maybe just because it's oats, you know, like I don't know, because it's already kind of like bitter-ish. I don't know. It's brutal. So, just reaffirming, no harm will be done. No energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, and it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. Doing healing, activations, upgrades, and any combination or combination of all those. As facilitated by the highest self for the highest good of all. Connecting to that platinum frequency up through into my heart, down from Sirius into my heart, projecting magenta frequency into the code that's going to bring those manifestation codes, those confidence codes, and healing codes. And then I'm going to create a double of myself. He's going to place his hands on the knees and release those clearing pyramids that'll he'll remove as we wrap up and he'll dissolve. Take out that thumb drive with the healing frequencies, all sorts of good stuff. I plug that in. That's going to run for an hour. It's got frequencies for self-love, perfect health, abundance, confidence, willpower, energy, calmness, the diamond frequencies, dolphin frequencies, dragon frequencies, angel frequencies, all sorts of stuff. So those will go where they're needed. So just a really powerful just boost in overall helpful energies, helpful frequencies. Then we're going to take out that electric blue cylinder, place that code in it. It's like a shortcut code. It quantum entangles with a bunch of intentions, like a program. It's like loading a program. We place that in, that activates it, and it goes through and cleanses the whole column. It just runs automatically. It's like holding all that data, all that information, the codes, in order for it to run for itself. So that's going to do its thing, and then we're going to just channel whatever comes through for the highest good. This might not be a talking one. burping's releasing. Just stay away. Yawning is also releasing. Okay, so I'm gonna take out a golden sphere. I'm gonna place a code in it. Place that in the heart space. That's that automated Lemurian healing frequency that you can guide to go to a certain area of healing if you'd like. Otherwise, it's going to go where it's needed most, based on your highest good and the intentions that you've set. We're going to manifest that grid around you. All right, let me know how you're feeling. So that's so interesting how different it is for each person, right? Like, so that person, for Lena, it was there's a lot of healing in there. It's a lot of releasing and letting go of things. So I did quite a few releases, but she did say that she was open to receive. So she knew what was going on, and she definitely was open to receive. So she let go of things really quickly, and that's why we didn't even need to use a lot of the light languages. We just moved through it super quickly. Yeah, I would love to hear your feedback over time, Lena. If you would, you know, be interested in doing that, I would love that. Yeah, releasing. Everybody was helping release. Good. Yeah, and just keep in mind too, Lena, and everybody that's receiving today, is that these, like, the way that I work is I work with these codes. And those that are clairvoyant can often see my codes. Like, there's codes that I can channel, and then there's codes that are my codes. There's codes that I carry that are unique to me, that I designed for myself, that are very unique, that come from where I originally come from, that I've designed and absorbed. So I'm the only being that carries these codes, or at least my stream of consciousness is. So these codes are, they work a lot like a computer. They're multidimensional, and they're like little computer programs, each one of them, but they're almost like little consciousnesses too. They're like smart little things. So they work like cells almost. So just give them time. They're going to be working with your cells in order to make shifts, and that takes time in this reality, because one of the properties that we've agreed to in this game is time and space. So I wish everything was instant. Like, that's what drives me nuts, because I know it should be. Like, so the fact that things take time, that's why I'm always like mentioning it, because to me it shouldn't take time. But I do want to make sure that you are aware of that, so that you can, you know, prepare accordingly. Drink lots of water, and grounding is really helpful. I know we always say that, but like, it's so helpful. Getting in nature, it literally, everything just sucks all that stuff off of you, and you just get grounded, and you feel so much stronger and so much better, and you have so much more energy. It works. It works. But I'm gonna grab my other coconut water, and I'll be right back. Need more electrolytes. See, electrolytes. That's why I drink coconut water. So who sees auras here? Who sees auras here? So I got these aura glasses. They, you know, I got them just to try them out. I can see aura. Well, I don't see that much in the auras, but they're like these blue, like, filtered things, and sometimes it's easier to see. They're dirty. I can see they're dirty. Oh, there's a bunch of dust on, because I don't use them. But I'm just curious, like, how you perceive auras, right? So the way that I perceive auras is very kind of similar to like this, right? So like this little like edge on my thing, but it comes out more, and it's usually always like a whitish yellow for the first layer, for the physical layer. And then the next layer is harder for me to see. Like, I don't see colors really. I can't kind of do, but they show up as like little pixels. So I have to like actually like really tune in and focus for a while before I start to see them. And it's better with my contacts out. And then that like undulates, right? It kind of like moves and like fades in and out. And then the next layer, I see like little sparks of light. So like little stars in there. But I'm going to make a video soon, like this week, about how I perceive auras, and how I, like, different techniques I use to perceive them. But if you have any suggestions that you want to share for how you perceive auras, like how you learned to see them. A lot of people just get activated and they just can see them, but I'm just curious if you guys have done any exercises that I can maybe, you know, take some hints from. Because I want to do multiple videos, right? Because everybody's different. If I just did one way, it only hits certain people, right? Yeah, see, Jim, there's two ways that I like to do it to see. One is to like focus on like if I don't know if other people perceive them, but there's like little tiny like snow in the air, like visual snow, like little pixels everywhere. And when I can focus on the pixels that are in a 3D space, like in the auric field, I try to tune into an individual pixel, and it has me like tune into that frequency more. So yeah, if I want to look at the aura over here, right, I'm going to look over here because you're using this different angle of your eye to perceive those other more subtle frequencies. But I still focus, and then that helps bring it out, and it gets stronger and stronger, like tuning into it. But another way is to imagine a line around people. So actually like draw a line with your imagination, which I am not great at yet, again, and drawing the lines around, and then that will start to like, you're like defining it for your mind so that it can start to tune into those other layers, if that makes sense. But I'll make a video for it. All right, so Lena, beautiful. Thank you so much for your donation. If you're still around, I love you. Shannon, you're up next. Yeehaw. And I'm sure I know what we'll be working towards. So you just relax and allow yourself to do what you feel you need to, right? Yeah, having something in the background is helpful too, right? Like a black background, or so. Like sometimes it's better for white, sometimes it's better for black for me, just depending on what I'm looking at. Like I love looking at my hands and the light, like getting them stuck together, and then like seeing the lines that's like pull out, you know. All right, Shannon. So this would be for Shannon. We're just reaffirming no harm will be done, no energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, and it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. It's 144. So whatever comes through for Shannon for her highest good as facilitated by her higher self, healing, activations, upgrades, whatever needs to come through. So reaffirming the connection to Mother Earth, reaffirming the connection to Sirius, placing the code in your heart, injecting the frequency into that code, taking out the thumb drive, plugging that in. That'll run for an hour. Creating the double. He's going to do the same thing he did for everybody else. Electric blue cylinder, placing that between the root and sacral. That's going to do the whole column cleanse. And then we will jump into it. Pekara uire. Koram kota pekara haikra sucia kada pekata tita kumatia tuya. Kia tarana. Pekara ndo sucia kada yakta titra kia tuire. That was cool. I don't usually see that. Saw a bunch of like psychedelic lights and like a shot through a tunnel, which I usually don't see things. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Bari dari yuta siji. Gitu ya, arati ta kanan ta 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 tiga tiga ta tiga dia sa ta 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 sebuah hara yang itu sit itu motor sejarah yang kata yang nanti di situ hatu mereka. Gitu itu soto to asya. You see a lot of people that are possessed? Do they look like me? People are so funny. Aikura no sa. Fear. What are you so scared of? Kita nggak tahu aja, tapi gua. I wonder if I should just wear like sunglasses to make people not feel so afraid. If people are afraid of somebody who can roll their eyes, like that rolls their eyes. You know why I'm rolling my eyes? Maybe some information will help. We good? Confirm? Confirm? Okay. So we're going to put you in a grid so you can continue to clear and heal and integrate the codes. All set. Let me know how you're feeling, Shannon. You should start feeling a lot lighter. But I would love to hear how you're feeling. Yeah, thank you for that. Protection and healing, that's what we're doing. I love you too, Shannon. Yeah, I felt it. I felt it. That was, yeah, sending you all the love. Sending you all the love. I hope that assists. It's my pleasure, everyone. It's truly, truly my pleasure. What's the language I use between English? We refer to it as light linguistics. The language that I'm speaking is my soul language. It's an expression of my soul. It's a combination of a whole bunch of different dialects, if you want to consider them different languages. But it doesn't work like languages do in English. You know, like the way that we've designed languages here is very rigid and keeps things in boxes, right? And that things have to be, they have to mean a certain thing. It's kind of more like swearing in a lot of ways, like how you can say shit in 1,000 different ways and it'll have a different, different meaning, and depending on how you say it, the context, the inflection, all that kind of that stuff. It's kind of more similar to that. It's more like music. As music, you don't have to know what the song was written about to feel the energy of the song, to vibe to the music, to have an emotional response, to take whatever it is that means something to you from the lyrics, if it has lyrics. Somebody else may take those lyrics completely different, right? That's what makes them multidimensional. It goes through the filters of each individual. And that's why we call it quantum healing. It's quantum architecture, because we're working with structures and the energetics that are outside of space and time. So we can do a lot of things at once. I'm happy to articulate it from my perspective, but yeah, stuff's there's a big a bridge of an information gap that a lot of people have to get past in order to really understand this stuff. But I'm always happy to help bridge that gap. That's part of my job here, is to be a wisdom bridge. Wherever you're at, ask questions, and I'm happy to channel whatever comes through that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you, or it helps you in whatever way is appropriate for you. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Give me the galaxy. I love it. Thank you, Mama. Mama off or something. I'm not sure. Hey, Renee. Oops, excuse me. All right, Robin's going to be next. Robin, are you here? Then it'll be Stacy, Benna, and Nicole. I love you too, Emma. Okay, perfect. All right. So you are up next, beautiful soul. How about everybody else that's not getting personalized transmissions? How are you receiving? Like, how are you feeling? Did you have any experiences? It really does help to share with other people. Helps you. It helps your ego structure, which our ego structure is just a bunch of programs that we've adopted or created or inherited through genetics. So yeah, it can have a hard time with that. But talking about it can assist. Beautiful starry eyes, Lalani. Ooh, I might have got that. Ego it's just a spacesuit that we wear. The ego is just this. It's this ego structure. It's the idea of self. It's not something to be feared or something to hate. It's something to be understood, and then we can really work with it. Its job is to protect us. It's trying to keep us safe in where we're at right now. That's the problem. So if your ego is acting up and you're feeling emotions or experiences like fear, and doubt and cynicism, that's your ego structure. Because it's like, no. If we take that information, we take that data, it could risk where we're at right now. We could be shifting into a different version of us, and that's not what we want to do, says the ego structure. So yeah, that's what. So when the ego's acting up, it's a good time to be like, oh, we're gonna upgrade through it, right? So that my ego had a really hard time with all this stuff because it knew that it was going to not be in the driver's seat anymore because this is so far out of the ego structure. It's like, no, we have to understand things right now, and it doesn't work, and it's not blah, da, 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 da. But eventually we get enough data into the ego structure, into that left hemisphere. We get enough information that makes sense to the ego structure, and then it starts to get more comfortable with growing. It knows that it's okay. It's okay. It's like the yapping Yorkie dog, like your little yapping Chihuahua that's barking at the mailman. He comes, he just, and it's like, dude, it's just the mailman. He comes every day. It's fine. Like, thank you. I know you're trying to protect me. Go ahead and go lay down. I love you, right? Same thing with our ego structure. It's like, dude, I know you're tripping out, but go lay down. It's okay. Give it a good pet. I know you're just doing your best, big guy. Like I treat my human like a dog. Like it's like, oh, you silly dog, you chewed up the carpet again. Like that's the kind of shit that I do. I feel like I chew up the carpet and pee on the pee on the couch or something. Like if I was a dog, I'd be doing stupid shit all the time. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what kind of dog I would be either. I don't know what kind of dog I'd be. Okay, all right, Robin. What kind of dog do you think I'd be? That's kind of a fun exercise. I'd be a Labrador. A lab. I'd be a lab. Okay, all right, I'll take that. Labs, they're kind of like goofy. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like dingus. A wolf. I like that one. Golden Retriever. Oh, I knew that was coming out. Boxer. A boxer. I could see a boxer for sure. Yeah, it would be a mutt for sure. I would definitely be a mutt. My grandma always says when I try to get information about my my heritage or whatever, I think that's what it's called, right? They're like, you're just a purebred mutt. Like you're a purebred mutt, Ty. That's what you are. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I got freckles, red in my beard, brown hair. I would towhead when I was younger. Like my great grandma's like pure native. Like so I was just like, what tribe was she? She's like, just you're purebred mutt. Just shut up. She's not happy. She does not like to talk about it. Okay, Robin, let's do this. Oh, it's beautiful, Renee. Or Rennie, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll take the. I'm gonna get jacked, and then you guys will be like, dude, that guy's. I don't know what kind of dog that is, but it's a scary, cool dog. But it's the sweetest thing ever, right? I want to be one of those like those bullies, not that big, but like, ooh, but you look so scary. But then just a big old, just slobber all over you. Okay. Sorry, Robin. We're just raising the vibe. That's what we're doing. We're just raising up the vibe a little bit. What the hell is a towhead? Did I say towhead? That's what they used to call me, towhead. It's just when your hair is like so white and like see-through that your head just looks like a toe, I guess. That's what I'm guessing. That's what, I don't know. I got called knucklehead a lot and toehead quite a lot, so those were like my nicknames. Okay, so biasana. So no harm will be done. No energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, but it'll be in alignment for the highest good of all only. Whatever comes through as far as healing, activations, upgrades, any combination for Robin to yakari kisi natatu as facilitated by our higher self, high self for highest good. The highest good of all only. Reaffirming the connection to Mother Earth up into my heart, reaffirming the connection to Sirius down into my heart, placing that code in your heart, ejecting this magenta frequency into this code, bringing in manifestation codes, confidence codes, and healing codes, creating a double of myself. He's going to place his hands on the knees, release clearing pyramids. He will pull those back and dissolve before the end of the transmission. Taking a thumb drive out, plugging that in, that has all those different healing frequencies. That's going to run for an hour. We're going to take a little electric blue cylinder, place a code in it, place this between the root and the sacral. That's going to cleanse the whole central column all the way through the upper chakras, all the way past the ones that are outside of the body, up to the alpha transmission center, back down through the lowers, and into the omega transmission center, cleansing that whole column of light. Using Lyran frequencies. That's a good roar, right? Ma fartu harhaki rata surum bashataraki tarisi yitarna sutu harakita ti sharia to dare vesera marti utra para que ira to isra que era como curia puta para que marqueta su para que me cotiera que teresa para dentro o que demora sata tudo uma para que essa aqui no custo marqueta que era que tem suti stara sata mindoro shatra ko hafati para senda kashi to reifia para stera hatara que marshaki para que da tudo ashi sata se sarendar sto hartia pakira tata iri tra condor sto do rasu e crari meno non to guarda shato corishata che per fatti po ekra ya su giujarine tu già eccetera che sapeva perché non ti tu new ci sto targa sakata hasata era tu aranda li eti man we cro tu so ebra fatti da per da tu patata giuju ko to satata sa rishi hasi ana su harshia ti so e perfetto ma bisho we fa mamma ho ti pe fraia kudu pa fe da hot ushi di pakana you mo shu she what's what by shape way we're doing something in the growing area, and I mean the growing area, so like between the thighs all the way around to shiara kind of in the pelvic area to shi kana na to shiara to shi na na kui bora ra kire in the hips shiro to shi shamaria ra kada sata ta to to mo ka harra sata ta mindo sata nire zuko di pamura patika barakna patata situ pashetra ma para suiche mushone meria sata ta suko di pafeta che pros por short sasta ti amba pakya poka be arekna che dono sutur shadi arshana la tai kurti per stati kata tu yarnya por ma pentecostal no tu ranasi atoko ti poshaya rakya kurno veshti Tishtana Kusho Kwasha, I am sovereign being to Loyera Hayakutu, Shetara, Sika, Vishnaya, Ishnaya, Ukurdu, Wahakalaya, Rashta, Lander, the Raya, Warta Raya. Mira Tartar Sur Tatyara Shaya Kashta Yamati, Sui, Shahakare, Sashataka Sandi, Jurum Bashtara, Turshara, Uti Kareme, Shitrum, Pekana. You do Tish that is a Suarna Sar Kitue. Maria turta sita la kipra ya to ratsushi dali sata wakariya nama meranando ya shai kutushta tabe anna toya pari barstu hashtiaria sata ta urhu mamba fa yakwere you a horse from masichi jishna na utsachu rasia tata besechi kutiaria sata imaki tuaraka na wakuro martu he chandasa e kanaya kutiaria sata hiti hasia tu hasa me faraya sukumba farata reshitwa ura mandala si chayarata kule harjatine be tu hanbor tu fato kite yartot hatati mala si liko charya sa kakina te pe tata yeah, we're working a lot still with this base area, so kind of like between like the root, sacral, hips, pelvic area, and thighs mostly. Yakunyara tashish the hips, she tour na sivita fekera. Lower back, Taku, Rukuya, Shia, Hara, Hime, Gur, Shatata, yes, Arias, and I tu tishin na sierta siercha wa tu fa e ma vegi. Lumbaya hatu isaki ai web. Bera wikuri waswaratu fishnemire. Yipu abakana yakure ekuri satu paru. Yakana na satati kiti satati sha. Irnire ta suitere peshita kurana tata 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 isi titira tatara o manu. Bekra sichi chiasardia. Bera nandu hayakakura yasi. Kitu de manto fekai maratu pekana petro saswish tiesa tata 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 tata. Ki purna bakera suchera tisari. Ukuro mafa tadi karasatu beshe meko ya karakasiti. Ki tata 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 su tamdesha tiesa raisa. Yumondo fashit we. Good. Confirm. Confirm. Okay. So we'll take out a golden sphere, place a code in it. Place that in your heart space. That's a Lemurian automated healing. So feel free to guide that if you'd like to a certain area of healing if you'd like. Otherwise, it's going to go where it's needed most for your highest good. We're going to put a grid around you so you can continue to clear and heal and integrate the codes. Yeah. And we're all set, Robin. Let me know how you're feeling after that. Yeah, we did a lot of work on the, like, very similar to somebody else, where it was between, like, below the belly button and down almost to the knees. Oh, thank you, Stacey. Oh, you're amazing. Do I do body scans? I kind of do. Yeah. My nephew, how's he doing? He's doing great. He's doing really good. So we sent him lots of healing. I got wiped out for a couple days because I was channeling all the healing through me just to make sure that he didn't get cooked or anything like that happened, because he received a lot. So it would have been pretty intense for him. He's a very sensitive little wizard. He's been my kid a lot in other lives, and we've worked together a lot. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing great. They're looking at suing the hospital though for like costs because of all of it, because it's expensive, and they should have actually done the tests like they were meant to and took care of things like they'd asked in the beginning. So because otherwise it's a very expensive bill and all that stuff. Luckily they didn't have to do all the surgeries and stuff, because hey, guess what, we fixed it all, like all the magic is real, like they were shocked, all his blood work came back awesome, his ultrasounds came back good, and like everything, they were like literally overnight. So So a bit dizzy, was that a healing or activation? Thank you so much. That was mostly healing. That was definitely mostly healing. But a lot of times through healing, we do activations as well. So you will know if it's a healing, or I mean, if it's an activation, because you'll start to have that experience. It won't be like super secret, you know, because your guides and your higher self want you to know what you're activated. So you'll feel that coming through. Yeah, he's a healthy boy. Please, healing for me. How can I book? I'm not sure if I'll have any more openings today. We'll see how I'm feeling. We have 3 more people left. So depending on how those go, because some can be kind of taxing on my physical body. So it just really depends. I want to make sure that I give everybody the right amount of juice, right? Because I don't want to leave anybody not getting, you know, the full package. But the work that we're doing today can be used for anybody. It's like writing a song, and singing that song and performing it to that one person that's in the room, writing it specifically for that person, the lyrics and the sounds that they like and all sorts of stuff. But everybody in the room can hear that music and they can choose to dance to it or feel the emotions. It's similar to that idea. So they can choose to use the codes. Do I speak? No, I'm sorry, I don't speak Portuguese. Apparently I can know what you're saying though. But yeah, just this week. Yeah, I'm sure I will have. I will probably jump on again this weekend and do the same thing. But I also offer. Oops. Ah! I knew that was going to happen sometime. It's so funny. That's so funny. I was waiting for it to happen one of these days. So I knew it was gonna get me. If I tap the screen, it does that. So we can do it. Check it out. Check it out. I don't know how to do it. Stupid. Well, whatever. It's fun. I don't care. It's fun. Don't make fun of me. Or make fun of me. That's cool too. How do I turn it off? All right, Stacey, so you're gonna be up next. I'd rather you roll my eyes. I definitely roll my eyes. I can't help that. I'll take infectious, I guess. That's a good thing. It takes some time to, it's like a game, understanding and like learning TikTok. It's like a game. It changes all the time. You gotta like figure things out. There's like all these like little secrets and like Easter eggs to learn how to do things. And so when you get good at it, it's like a skill. All right, Stacy, you are up next. And thank you so much to my amazing moderators. I got the best moderators ever. They're very knowledgeable, they're very sweet, understanding, and they do a great job, because as you can imagine, I get, you know, quite a few people who are like, what the fuck, lots of trolls and stuff. So, and I know that can be energetically taxing on people, so I appreciate that so much. So much. Thank you. Good, Lizzle, that's the idea, my hizzle, for Rizzle. Lizzle, my nizzle. Thank you, Bena. All right, Stacy, here we go. Just reaffirming no harm will be done, no energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, and it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. This transmission is a combination of healing, activations, upgrades, whatever comes through for Stacy for her highest good, as facilitated by her highest self, and for the highest good of all only. Meno Maria suiro atu afeshe ari meno matu fekire namoya pasulumbo fatatire sitera suri urbil manira yesatu duet unmara ta kurtu jesha So we're going to reaffirm that connection to Mother Earth up through my root and into my heart. We're going to connect to Sirius down to my crown, into my heart, place that code in her heart. Eject the magenta frequency into that code. Take out the thumb drive, plug that in, run that for an hour or whatever is appropriate for her for her highest good. Create the double. He's going to release the clearing pyramids and draw them back before the end of the transmission. We're going to cleanse the central channel with this electric blue cylinder. Place it between the root and the sacral. That does its thing, and we'll just see what comes through for lovely Stacy. Gloria sorna me la curto fa saria siti la sada. Mola patia raico. Iti era nano e caia e. I warani abduro sarda ya nampaya. Di porturo non matufra. Tira non lo hai ma futo pedawi. Ne sussurria sa manui nananya tuita. Peka niente di lo surto di itu kura itera irisere tu sharaturina non repa chi vai irra da sora nella susra che fa chi prima baturna I reni na wa curato le rotarie na tutto Pipa tu mara tutto di arca tra la sita tutto il bravo mimmo di zuto la guarda era da var non è da tinga sacre quasciati chi sta satasi atasima l'orrandanda kira tatasarranda Peknari tari satiri se tu sorna gli dovranno andare a cufa qua me potumi macre assate da cule la iri se c'è te che lui la onde la losso la sera la tamana la batteria la si e la orale la lingua la sacca le cae la ui la manava le chi la e suela la ma ya la clac pisse che le hai che clac tu vita ti hanno nato tutto qui a palo la maniare il essere a che io la manni vai a luna vero to paparna per andare a su festa che sciaiare to sul mago per paparto che papeteo e papina ma per puntare per scuotare per questo che vorremmo che lo per so e a poco abbiamo dopo lo pati para poco tempo per stata per mata per to para mata per hatita da su tur per tutto per amare per su per questo per mata per exercizi ci vorrà papa con la batteria una passata tra di stare su quelle mappa iti per tutto per fascita come per parte di yarshata la cotona da satara su le mandaria per I ci sasere le scera ma guarda I ondur durra su cui nane te si già rusei per da susce da rame da cura da warna I quindi siete da su satis bis to paurto fasta la su su quella na via che giurata passare con sta Nina no torta sierra era tutto un bel ferro eccetera yeso da papà guarda ma papà era dice il dopo shota ma davvero sì tra è stata I persnando scia tarti artia I ranne saki I kai che sarà ulomba farawe E fari sarà tu fescia yakure di ukirata Ciao cosa That's it. Umea kieresu, hali hatu ishira torta. Kiti lumon mordayo kiri besita tira na vekre asui. Era surta ire vekre se. Para la umbra ya rata carcui. Kraya gra ikre. Esa da festasi masiratu festaki. Pela tu shai. Ushai tu fe sasatu fe shasatu. I'm going to put a grid around you. And paint the seams. Bito me lo puoi guardare. Ti prestiare che poi non potete piccolo me lo perché ora che mi dite ragazzi Indi da shota kata ba nanda da che sata gira shi ta swish na sera ta ingara sata ingara su ko te perek sem rekem boro perske na kata come ti farò un niente quindi ti su ti uni che da coti perek che troppo non botto per pacotti perché su papà tu bene che tu ti torre mente che tu parti tu da amico da per questo però però tu per che non coti tata che tardi a su ko pepero hanno niente anni hanno tu dia da tutto che ti coti pa wini tate wini urtu pinta tutti tu passi che prima da tutto inda di ngare ti terasa tu che perché me caputi per cuti io ti so che piccolo pa de qua piccolo pa ti cuti mas. And then you're all set, Stacy. Let me know. Dialect, that is a mix between like Arcturian and Blue Avian, and sometimes Fairy. It's like a little mix, some Fairy in there. Yeah, it's like a mix of Avian, Fairy, and Arcturian. Victoria's Secret. They'll speak to us just through their vibration, most likely. Sometimes they'll use light languages if they do speak to us, yeah. But they'll be able to, depending on who they are, they should be able to understand us pretty good. I love you too, Stacey. You're amazing. Hi, Amber. Welcome. The avian, me recognize the avian. Beautiful. Cool. That's awesome, Amy. Is it painful? No, it's not painful. Sometimes I can feel other people's pain, but I don't experience it the same way. It's hard to describe. I'm drinking the same coconut water. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of options, but yeah, it's good. Coconut water's great. I love coconut water. We're happy to have you, Tracy. Welcome. Feel free to ask questions. I know this is, for a lot of people, this stuff's like far out there, but I'm always happy to answer questions. Just be respectful to everybody, you know, like their belief systems, their perspectives. Trace minerals in my water. I do have different. I try different things. Like I've tried would that be like that black water stuff? I've tried that, but I'm not sure which ones. I use a lot of other stuff. So I use like cell salts and stuff to get like electrolytes. You know, like the coconut. I used to not like coconut stuff, and I'm finally liking it. Yeah, there's countless dialects. It's just expressions. They're just different expressions, right? So they're different expressions of self. They sound like different personalities, right? But they're just different me's. They're just different, like wearing different hats. And you know, you can use that analogy. They're different specialists, essentially. And they're all kind of doing stuff anyway. They're all just a part of me. They're other versions of me, essentially. And you can just say expressions of energy, just like you talk to grandma in a different way than you talk to your boys when you're getting hammered, right? Or your boss or whatever. You're the same person, you're just wearing a different hat. So that's essentially how those work, but those come from other experiences that I've had, other quantum realities. People call those past lives or future lives or whatever, but once you start to heal things from, you know, like childhood and your adulthood here, you'll start to heal things from these other experiences. And when you do that, you're integrating those little split off aspects, so they're like fragments of self. Once you heal those fragments of self and reintegrate them, then you start to inherit those understandings, right? It's remembrances or activations. You start to remember these things. They happen automatically. So I use the movement of my body, playing my energy field like an instrument tuning subtle frequencies, because we're all just vibration, we're frequency, we're 99.9999999% empty space, right? But it's really, we're magnetic fields. So using electromagnetic fields, changing those subtle frequency shifts, making those subtle frequency shifts can make rapid shifts in the experience of that person. This is quantum architecture that we're working with. So essentially structures that are energetic. Once we change those structures, those manifest into the morphogenetic fields that then translate into our physical experience as healing. So we can shift, we shift those things in the morphogenetic fields, we can shift what happens in our physical experience, in our physical body. And that, I would highly recommend people to look into that idea, because that's, morphogenetic fields is a scientific term. These things are already studied. We're already aware of these things. It's just about figuring out what works, like what resonates with you, what direction you want to be guided through your higher self in order to help you remember more of who you are. That's what it all is. It's higher self integration. It's the big version of you playing you like a Sims character in the video game. And the more that you heal yourself, the more you start to become more like that being that's playing the video game. And every little movement, every little, just position of things, like movements, like mudras, these facilitate subtle frequencies, like holding a chord on an instrument and strumming it. I'm playing these different frequency ranges, these energy centers, chakras, right? We have different energy centers like the third eye. Those are filters for frequencies. Sounds like manic logic. I would highly recommend to look within, bro. There's your smile without a picture. Why are you hiding? What are you hiding from? What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Why aren't you on here? Come say hi. Jump on. Come have a conversation in front of everybody. What are you afraid of? Akani ku aru hu ala mikia. Piti aratu hurto ui fahande situa. Yananira paruki maitia. Tite setasi o atu fekende heta rata ta kisi tibra tumba yeto ma koratiata. Pense sofa. Ta ro akai. Boop. 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 Do we see Benna? I didn't see Benna as I was being a dingus. Benna, do we lose you? I can always follow up if not. Okay, there you are. Cool, perfect. No, actually, I've actually helped my family members heal. I'm happy to help you heal as well. But if you continue to be disrespectful, we will mute you. And if you are sassy, then we'll just kick you out. But you're welcome to hang out. I would love for you to hang out and receive some healing. And ask questions. Ask questions. You don't have to buy into it, but you're not smart if you're not asking questions. You're not smart if you think you already have the answers, right? I'm always learning. And this is just my perspective, things that I've experienced through my own lens of reality that I'm expressing through my identity of self, through my ego structure. What you choose to do with your ego structure is your business. It's none of my business how you perceive me. It's none of my fucking business. And it's none of my business how, or none of your business how I perceive you, right? And I have a lot of empathy for you because I've been there in that same spot. And I had to heal that quite bad because I was a dingus. I felt like I was such a cynic, and yeah, tons of stuff is peer-reviewed, absolutely. And I'm working on my website, launching it right now, that I'm having an entire section of peer-reviewed information, data, right? Science doesn't prove things, science supports ideas. So yes, I have lots, and it depends on what angle you're looking at it from. If you don't think that we're frequency and vibration, you've got a lot to remember. If you don't know that that's what we are, that everything is vibration, everything is energy, then we're speaking from very different angles, and it's going to take a long time before you bridge that gap in understanding, before your ego structure feels okay accepting the information, right? Because right now you're experiencing cognitive dissonance. You're being presented with information that your ego structure doesn't believe in, and so it's threatened, it's scared, and it acts up. It tells other people you're wrong, you're sick, you're mentally ill because you don't believe what I believe. It's like religion. It's really interesting. It's very dogmatic. But I understand where it comes from. It's programs. You are a victim to the experiences that we have in our reality. You're never truly a victim, but the programming that's in our reality and culture programs us to perceive in that way, to look at things strictly from Newtonian physics, which is only physicality. It is the most dense aspect of ourselves. We are more than density. We are light. We are undefinable. All right. Benna, you're up. Woohoo, I love to work with people that I've worked with before. Kinatia satia nantua. Dikenasu hatapira sotara yasukura matia titra satatata udu ambaku hatwa shekalasi. Jira sandare shekatapa yapokura bahiti sitara satuashnatu ki papakwa. All right. All right, so we're just reaffirming no harm will be done, no energy will be taken that is not freely given out of love, and it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. For Benna, we're going to do a combination of healing, activations, upgrades, whatever comes through for her highest good, as facilitated by her highest self, and for the highest good of all only. I'm going to connect to Mother Earth's heart. Connect to that structure that's in her heart space. The top tetrahedron that is an electric green color. The bottom tetrahedron is a platinum frequency. They're superimposed. One spins clockwise, the other spins counterclockwise twice as fast. Connecting to that bottom frequency, pulling up that platinum frequency up through the rocks and liminals, up to my root, into my heart space, connecting to the magnetics of the earth. We get energy and power from the planets. We get information, data from the stars. Light is information. So I'm connecting to Sirius, our spiritual sun. It's our father sun, essentially. It helped birth our sun. It is 26 times stronger than our sun. So I'm connecting to a magenta frequency, or excuse me, a hot pink frequency. It's going to flow down through my crown and into my heart. That's an electric. So I've got magnetic, like a negative, like a ground, and I've got electrics coming through. I'm placing a code in the heart of the recipient, and I'm going to inject the magenta frequency into this code. So it's like a shortcut, quantum entangled code. This brings in frequencies automatically from different stars, from Alpha Centauri, from Vega, and from Electra, that's in the Pleiades. Different systems to bring in manifestation codes, confidence codes, and healing codes, of course. I'm going to create a double of myself. He's going to place his hands on the front of the knees, and he's going to release what we refer to as clearing pyramids. It's an old ancient Egyptian technology that comes out from the heart. They come out in sets of two, flow down and out through the arms, and flow into the knees, and they spin around and shuttle and transmute energies. Pyramid means fire inside, because of the geometry actually creates a transmutation effect. That's why we use pyramids in technology in different parts of the world. They're everywhere. They're multi-dimensional structures. They can do a lot of different things. I'm going to take out a thumb drive, place a code on it. That quantum entangles it with some different healing frequencies. I plug that in using the imagination, and those frequencies flow where they need to go. I put a timer on that. It runs an hour. Take out an electric blue cylinder, place a code in it. I place that between the root and the sacral, and again, that activates this code. It's like a program that runs automatically. It goes through and it cleanses the upper chakras, outside of the upper chakras, all the way up to the Alpha Transmission Center, back down, all the way through the bottom ones and into the Omega Transmission Center, cleansing the whole central column, the whole pillar of light. And we're just going to channel whatever comes through. Parera tu la maniera ya tu l'era ya tarrena ni noto nena kire de sierra na doto kire di disha ya sata minda ki si dara ya sa tiranda si Di pramor tata 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 tu yerda. Purna la tata uharari, regi desita suta rambo baya. Ki shtar ki andar tata inda kutasi ritira nietsu. Eci yasara ta usare tu tuara. Meci yali tata ti kere su tiara fai kurte di bakini sia ya. Au kui kiri seri mara na kui kwe. Pe juish ta siatu ma. Kana ja ruora la tuo kirja shate raporte ja tu mira mi perai. Pekaro suto tu giru ta ina che ra suha ja mira. Bir umre shuto te kurna ja ta kirja de bendo. Pakai kurja su kirja satari inda ja libra ja ruma. Bi asarte ja ki si suhe. Ne mane ja bi kur shuto ja shata. I era nurda qui fetas pakrena kirja. Che fokus jättäessä yhdessä yhdessä perään nurtua shai irata su giornan di shotarizza che deve essere su forti e pari magari di preto tutto gli tata gli tata che si come tutto per tirare tutto mush da clac clac come ciucco di maraki tutto le cose maraki tutto tata chi la rando su la wet di hafuta alle le manne wet e la tasaria le ma uscito wala hasatu bisa la wasa e cara lungo e questa te rastata tutti per questo tutto mare per le dire si sono tu già si tra il cartuto ma ya sa tutto per sita confirm, confirm. So we're going to put you in a grid so you can continue to clear, heal, and integrate the codes and work that we did. So I'm going to put you in these different containers of frequency. So we're going to create a diamond pillar, 12D diamond pillar for you. We're going to put a a platinum cube around that. Fill it in with diamond. We're going to do an inverted chromium pyramid around that. We're going to fill that in with platinum. Start to spark up your own love frequency in your heart. We put this truncated icosahedron, so a soccer ball shape with flat sides. We got chromium mirrors on the outside of the faces and silver mirrors on the inside of the faces. And we expand your own love frequency around these other geometries, creating like a webbing between of your own frequency. 3, 2, 1. And we paint the seams with light language and light codes. Confirm. So you're welcome to start coming back when you feel ready. Benan, let me know how you're feeling. Karandi. Aratu uradi da ustiara. Economical parenda da sotto da tempo da sotto da matulata da tiro, numero stora, tire starena. Parenduku arbarandu hadana ya daido bejaba ukuru be asa lekanaya pura. Good. I'm glad you're feeling good. Yeah, just keep in mind, that you had this work today, because I know it seems like a short amount of time, but there's a lot that comes through in that time. So just drink lots of water, ground, those type of things will help a lot. Stoned horror hippie, you still feel so much pain. Yeah, so the work that we're doing right now is for people specifically. So I'm working with Benna, but there's always like spillover. So if you're having a lot of pain, that means that there's something that your body is telling you to pay attention to. Trust me, I understand pain. I have pain all the time. So your body is saying, listen, 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 listen. And what you're doing right now is you're running instead of listening. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but that's what any of us do that have chronic pain, we're in a lot of pain, is that we don't lean into it. We're not feeling into it because it's there to be heard. And feeling is listening. Accepting, full acceptance. This is like very paradoxical. I know. Trust me. But I know pain is to relax as deeply as possible. Relax your eyes as deeply as possible. Relax your jaw as deeply as possible, and then feel the physical pain as deeply as you can. Feel into that pain as deeply as you can. Like, don't run from it. Listen to it. You want to know more. Like, really, really listen to it. And then while you're doing it at the same time, feel the subtle feelings in your hands. Whatever, just feel your hands consciously. And as you do that, you might start to notice that the pain is going to start to release. It's going to start to listen. But you're not trying to get rid of it. You're trying to listen to it. You're just listening. You're feeling as deeply as possible. And that can assist. But I'm always happy to work on it specifically as well. That's something that we can do. And you're going to have better results when it's going to be in the pain. There's something in the pain. Yeah, I'd be interested to learn more about what your pains are, because there's always something that we can learn about from where the pain is. It's telling us. So like I've got this book here. It says, it's metaphysical anatomy. So it says, your body is talking. Are you listening? And this is metaphysical sources for a lot of conditions that we have. Pain in certain areas or other dis-ease in the body, because there's always a metaphysical source for it. That's beautiful, Benna. But I did create a transmission specifically for pain. You might want to try that one out. It's just, I think I did it yesterday or the day before. Go to that and play that on repeat and lean into the feeling that you're feeling in your body. Lean into that pain and relax, and don't try to push it away. Just allow that transmission to play in the background and feel what you feel in your body and observe. Watch it move out of the body. Observe it go out of the body. All right, last but not least is Nicole, Coco 12 Nut. Are you still here? Last but not least. Do I ever connect to Sananda? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I only work with aspects of myself. So I mean, I work in group containers and all sorts of stuff with with all sorts of beings, Sanandas, Yeshuas, all those different, like, and then the different versions of them too. So the way that I perceive these beings are not really from those aspects. They're from their higher aspects prior to this universal structure. So it wouldn't be Sananda that I'm quite connected to. Not that I can't. It's just I'm usually going to their oversoul. Well, I was happy to have you here. Semantis Social. Did I get that right? Awesome to have you here. Did we lose Coconut? Okay, oh sweet, they're here. Oh, perfect, cool, awesome. We're about to start in just a couple minutes here. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate y'all so much. It's truly my pleasure. It's an honor to be involved in people's remembrance, because that's all I am, is a permission slip. I'm just a permission slip that you've given permission that you are ready to heal, and I'm part of that design to help you remember. That's a beautiful dance together, right? It's like that's an honor to be part of people's remembrance. I get healing too. It's not something I can take credit for. This is something that's autonomous and just, go. I mean, you get better and better. You can help more and more through the human, but really, it's the energies, it's the, the higher selves that are assisting. So I wish I could take all the credit, but I can't. I don't really care. But favorite wizard. Oh, shucks, Amberto, go stop. All right, come on, quit it. I see to Kotandra, seek that I had to win me. You do the shot to Yato, in the Gato City, Satara, Indra Yasoto, so we're just reaffirming no harm will be done, no energy will be taken, it is not freely given out of love, and will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. And then whatever comes through as far as healing, activations, upgrades, any combination for the highest good is facilitated by the highest self and the highest good of all only. Reaffirming the connection to Mother Earth, reaffirming the connection to Sirius, placing the code in your heart, ejecting magenta frequency into that, bringing those frequencies in, those manifestation codes, confidence codes, and healing codes, creating the double. He's going to place his hands on the knees and release those clearing pyramids. Thumb drive, plug that in. That's going to run for an hour. Take the electric blue cylinder, place that between the root and the sacral. That does the whole cleanse, and the whole column cleanse, and then we will just start to channel. Immediately jumping into the third eye. For you, I might encourage you, if you can, to relax your eyes. Don't worry about watching. Just feel and allow your eyes to move if they need to move. Allow them to just be relaxed. Maria tata del utur nella sukier tinder. Shush na sato biara suhu. Confirm. Che poi ne mare osso te che suora ya sabbia cani che tu lo manda da dire tu sa dire se sta già cosa ma ti vira morti ya sabi ye she are ya se po ankara ire kare su ele ma iri tu ra do pure pe ai pre ti ti per se era che tu All right, so we're going to put you in a grid. Paint the seams as light language and light codes. Okay, let me know how you are feeling after that, Nicole. Definitely a lot of stuff with the third eye there. So we're definitely working a lot with opening up that third eye center. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing more, or if you saw a lot of stuff when we were working on you. I think we're going to be done for today, Ashley. So, but maybe I'll do a quick transmission for everybody. I'm not a goodies, but yeah, just give me a second, and then we'll do some music or something. All right, Stacy, what song? Oh yeah, welcome. Yeah, I'll try to do more. Oh, it's funny. I looked up and it was at 33 minutes and 33 seconds on the song. Go figure. Just a gent. Just a gent. Okay, cool. So I don't know if I've ever heard this before. So I just surfed the waves of the energy. So this will be interesting. That's why you had to, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Coconut. Oh, yeah, just be gentle with yourself. Drink a lot of water, and yeah, just be gentle. You might get like a lot of like head pressure and stuff, or headaches, and just know that you likely received an activation. That's what it felt like for you. So like or an upgrade, one or the other. So it could be a combination of that, because there's definitely releasing and stuff. So I would, yeah, just be gentle with yourself. That's really all I'm getting. Grounding will help a lot. Grounding will help a lot. All right, let's do this song. I got it, Stacy. It's my pleasure. Yeah, and I would love to hear feedback over time from people. Like, send me a message. Go link my profile and send me a message, or come on to the Discord. I gotta update the link to the Discord. But we have a Discord, and you can jump on there and you can leave a testimonial, because the testimonials and stuff they really help other people too. So it's not just like, it doesn't just help me because I get extra data, but it helps other people as well, because other people have experiences, and it helps to hear from other people's experiences. So I'm going to put a bunch of testimonials on my website when I finally launch it again, and it'll be really helpful for a lot of people. All right, let's do this. Right. All right. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Papino, what do you wow. You know how that feels. Wee! All right, so I think I'm done for today. So if you just came in, what we did today is do one-on-one personalized activations and healings, upgrades, whatever comes through for people for their highest good for a minimum donation. But everybody that's here receives if they're open to receive. It's like creating a song, writing a song, performing that song for an individual person that's in the room, right? It's the lyrics are written for them specifically. The music fits their vibe and what they really want. It's like singing a healing song. But everybody in the room can choose to use that healing song, right? They can dance to it, they can feel it, they can express emotions, whatever works for them, however they want to use it. So yeah, so we'll do this more often, but I do offer one-on-one sessions. So if people are interested in that, I essentially specialize in helping people embody their highest self as quickly as possible. All this stuff I do is higher self-integration. It's the bigger version of me having its hands in more controllers, it has more video game controllers that it's using. It's using my whole body instead of just my mind's eye or my thinking process. So it's and that's what essentially I help other people, whatever that looks like for them. Everybody's got their own gifts, all sorts of abilities and understandings. So whatever it looks like for you, we help you get to that as quickly as possible. So that looks like healing, that looks like clearing, aligning energetic systems, moving into new energetic systems like new templates, or the original templates rather. And yeah, going from there. So if you're interested in that, the link's in my bio. You can hit me up. I also do like coaching mentorship sessions. So if you're not really sure what you want, you don't want to go with that deep, because it's really meant to get you to the next level. They're really designed to push you to the next level. So if you just want a session just for healing, I would recommend the coaching or session. The mentorship should just be just a generic session. I should just make it a generic session. But that's your time, so we can use it however you want. We always do like activation and healing in the beginning, and then it's a really organic session. So I would always recommend to have like some questions or some things that you want to work on. I can teach you how to do things, or we can share techniques. You can talk to me about whatever, and essentially I'm a clear cognizant channel. So as we're talking, I get information downloaded as we're talking to provide feedback if it feels right. So those are options, and then of course there's like straight to just the coding, straight to business. If you know that there's something specific you want to work on, I would recommend that. Like you got a bum shoulder and you want to work on it, or if you're sick or something, I would recommend that one. But always just ask questions. If you're not sure, just ask questions. A lot of times, there's free options. So working one-on-one isn't necessary. It's just, it's a luxury for people. So, but you can do everything I can do, and you can do things that I can't do, 100%. So, yeah. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be doing this. It makes me so happy helping people step into their own power, because you guys are amazing. My next live will be tomorrow at 7. I will be on at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, but we won't be doing these one-on-ones. We will be doing just like group stuff. I'll probably bring up some different like techniques or something. We'll do some exercises, do some group healings and activations and stuff like that. Dance to the music, answer questions, that kind of a thing. But I will be doing more of these often. I do them as I feel guided. So that's the thing, is it's when Spirit's like, hey, you should be doing this today, then I do it. I just listen. So I do what feels right. But this is really helpful for me too, because I'm trying to transition into my own stuff, right? So this is helpful for me, and hopefully it's helpful for everybody else as well. So I will continue to do it if it is of benefit to everybody. But I love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you so much to my mods. I wish I could see everybody who's still on. I would love for everybody to give a big thank you, and I love you to Stacy. She's been working her butt off every time. She's been here like every time. And then of course Amber was here, Benna's here. I'm not sure who else I saw step in for a bit. I'm not sure who else is gone, but I love y'all so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I love you. And hit me up. Don't be shy. Hit me up. I got questions to answer. There's a new video. I made a video. Go to my stories or whatever. And if you have a question, I will answer with a video reply. Love you, bye.